to you. What's going on, beautiful people? It's a beautiful day, and today is the Master Key System Part 12. If you're new, my name is SeaJay. This particular series, this playlist that I got on my channel is about understanding ourselves, tapping into the different types of energies here present in this world, and how we can use those energies to acquire our dreams, to manage our life, to, bring happiness to our heart, just find our life purpose, just a whole bunch, just basically getting our life together. Because the teachings that have been lost through the burning of books and manipulation and programming, we need those teachings again. And hey, it's here for us. And this book is one of those things that we can use to tap into our inner self, our higher self, and get back on track with our purposes. Each person having a different purpose, but at the end of the day, I think it's easy to say that what we're doing right now in life isn't really that humane, or it doesn't feel that tapped into love and genuinity. So hey, come along and be with us, and everybody that's also following this series, with getting back to ourselves. So I'm just going to jump right into the introduction, and I wrote some notes while I was reading, but you know how it goes. I read the introduction, and then I read just a little bit of the chapter. I'll show you the entire chapter. I'll record it so you can read it for yourself. I'll just talk about a little brief overview of it, and then we'll get into the application. All right, so here we go. Part 12 is enclosed herewith. In the fourth paragraph, you will find the following statement. You must first have the knowledge of your power. Second, the courage to dare. Third, the faith to do. If you concentrate upon the thoughts given, if you give them your entire attention, you will find a world of meaning in each sentence, and will attract to yourself other thoughts in harmony with them. And you will soon grasp the full significance of the vital knowledge upon which you are concentrating. Knowledge does not apply itself. We as individuals must make the application, and the application consists in fertilizing the thought with a living purpose. The time and thought which most persons waste in aimless effort would accomplish wonders if properly directed with some special object in view. In order to do this, it is necessary to center your mental force upon a specific thought and hold it there, to the exclusion of all our thoughts. If you have ever looked through a viewfinder on a video camera, you found that the object was not in focus. The impression was indistinct and possibly blurred. But when the proper focus was obtained, the picture was clear and distinct. This illustrates the power of concentration. Unless you can concentrate upon the object which you have in view, you will have but a hazy, indifferent, vague, indistinct, and blurred outline of your ideal, and the results will be in accordance with your mental picture. So the universe is always communicating to us through our dreams, through songs, numbers that we see, through synchronicities that happen, and we're like, oh, what a coincidence, but it's really just the universe or God, whatever word you want to use for the omnipotent presence. Even our thoughts, certain ideas that come into our mind. So the universe is always communicating to us, and we should be using those tools, our thoughts, our dreams, the synchronicities, people that come into our life, to our advantage, for our benefit, and start to become aware of what messages those certain tools, the thoughts, the dreams are giving us to guide us toward what we have started to set in place, toward our goals, toward our highest desires. And then once we become aware of the messages within those guiding tools, our thoughts, the songs, the synchronicities, then we can start to control or construct our thoughts in a way that will get us in alignment with our desires. Instead of having certain thoughts about negative stuff. Like, you may be having negative thoughts. The messages behind that may be, hey, your body is toxic. Okay, a toxic body creates a toxic mind. Or it may be, hey, right now you're a little bit on the lower vibrational side. Right now you're a little bit in a world of hate. You have hatred in your heart. So your thoughts, the guides are trying to show you through your thoughts that you should probably change up what you're doing in your life or your intentions. It's not that if you have a bad thought, oh, I'm a bad person now, I just have all these bad thoughts in my head, I make fun of people. Maybe that's just the universe trying to connect with you and say, hey, this is where you're at. I don't know. We both know where you want to go, but I'm not going to get too much in the way, but I'm just trying to show you where you're at, you know. So then start to construct your thoughts in a way that will get you toward your desires. You know, start to have those uplifting thoughts instead of the pessimistic, negative, judgmental ones. And then once you've figured out how to construct your thoughts in a way that will get you toward your goals, then try to find something that will give you passion, that will drive you, that will allow you to be led by love and passion instead of fear and greed. Sometimes we can want something or feel like we really desire something, but we're desiring it from a place in our ego, and maybe we haven't reprogrammed our ego. So our ego is coming from a place of jealousy. So then the goals that we've set in place aren't really our truest goals. They're just our goals that we have made because of programming and who we have created ourselves to be so far. But if you haven't taken the time to get to know yourself and realize, reevaluate who you want to be and where you want to go, then your goals may be not necessarily your truest goals, just your goals that have been set because of programming and what you think you want to be. And then once you've gotten a hold of that, then start to concentrate and become detailed on how you want your goals to unfold into your reality. That's what I get from the introduction. So now I'm going to go over to number 4. The only way to keep from going backwards is to keep going forward. Eternal vigilance is the price of success. There are 3 steps, and each one is absolutely essential. You must first have the knowledge of your power. Second, the courage to dare. Third, the faith to do. With this as your basis, you can construct an ideal business, an ideal home, ideal friends, and an ideal environment. You are not restricted as to material or cost. Thought is omnipotent and has the power to draw on the infinite bank of primary substance for all that it requires. Infinite resources are therefore at your command. But your ideal must be sharp, clear-cut, definite. To have one ideal today, another tomorrow, and a third next week means to scatter your forces and accomplish nothing. Your result will be a meaningless and chaotic combination of wasted material. Okay, so I love this one. According to this, a way that we can keep going forward instead of taking 1 step forward and 3 steps back is to first have the knowledge of your power. So know your power. Realize that you are not just flesh and bone. You did not come here to work and die, basically. You know, we have abilities. We are magical. We are creators. We have only been programmed and misguided and hoodwinked into believing that we are just these useless pieces of meat. But really, we have the power to create. We have the power to become whatever we want to. We have the power to look deep within something and see the oneness within it. We have the power to tap into nature. We have the power, just like other animals in this world, they can sense when a storm is coming. They can sense when something bad is going to come. Their instinct can get them to have really good reflexes. They'll know a predator is coming yards and yards away. Whenever a predator is coming into their area, they're tapped in. We have those same type of abilities. We've just become separated. I mean, look, we put ourselves in these homes. We we destroy nature, we have just forgotten who we are. So know your power. And then second, have the courage to dare. So be okay with stepping out of your comfort zone and being different or unique. Have the courage to not be like everybody else, because staying in that place is, there's no true evolvement there. You're just, well, you may be evolving, but into everybody else. So have the courage to stand out. Have the courage to be, to look different, or to follow your dreams despite what other people may think, despite other people going against you. Maybe because in some place in their heart, they feel like they couldn't do it, so how could you do it? So then they're gonna make you feel a certain way, or be very hesitant, or doubt you, but keep on trusting in yourself. Have the courage to trust yourself enough to let people go, and maybe even be alone along your journey, because a successful journey a lot of the times is kind of lonely, because a lot of successful people, or people who invent things, or who come up with different plans, in the beginnings of their journey, they're called weird and insane, and so be okay. Have courage. And then third, have the faith to do. So have the trust within yourself that you are on the right track, being divinely guided, and everything will pan out in your favor in the highest manner. So have trust that everything's falling into place the way it's supposed to. You are where you're at for a divine reason. You have made no mistakes. Everything happening in your life is happening for your highest desires, your highest benefit. And just keep on standing in that knowing. Like, I know that I'm doing good. And if you feel like you're not, that everything is happening to you to build you, to strengthen you. Have faith. And then 5, I wrote down, don't worry about any limitation you may think is holding you back. When you realize our oneness, it will be clearer for you to see how the universe is providing you everything you need to fulfill your goals. If you continue to stay focused and keep your vibration in alignment with your desires, then you'll be pulling your goals, your desires, your dreams into this reality. Don't feel like you're financially burdened, or maybe you have a certain disability that they call it, and you can't do things like normal people, or your relationship doesn't allow you to venture out and do certain things or whatnot. Don't feel like you have any limit. You are part of the universal consciousness. You are everything. You have everything you need. You are not limited. You are exactly who you are supposed to be. You have, and you don't have, everything that you need. You are whole, perfect, strong, capable, loving, harmonious, and happy. You have everything that you need. Don't feel limited. All right. And if you do feel limited, have the courage to stand up for yourself and start to direct your life in a way that you will start to attract and create what you want. And then I wrote down some stuff for 6 as well. Be detailed with your goals and try not to dramatically change them too often. So this one can be kind of tough because, we're evolving, especially if you're on this, what they call it, spiritual journey, spiritual awakening. You can start to fluctuate because you're getting to know yourself, but don't change up too often, because if a painter were to change their painting every 3 minutes, now I want to be like this. Oh, I want to draw a boat. Oh, now I want to draw a plane. Oh, now I want to draw Antarctica. Now, if they kept changing their vision, their goals, it's not to say that it's not going to happen. It just might take you longer, because now you are changing up the flow of the universe, of the energetic happenings. You're always you're always manifesting your thoughts, your goals, your wants, your dreams. But if you keep changing it very often, it may take you longer to get to where you want to go, because just as this book explains, just the way energy works, the way the universe just kind of works for us. Not to say it's how it works, just this book gives us an idea of how we can use it, those energies to our advantage. So that's 6. And I have a little overview because I'm going to go ahead and show you. I'll put in the video just a recording of the book so you can read whatever you want to read, go through it if you want to read it. But basically, this chapter touches heavily on keeping your ideals and desires in your mind and try not to sway too much, just like in number 6. It's getting us to understand that we have so much power and so much capabilities that if we start to focus on something, we will pull that, whatever it is, hopes, dreams, goals, whatever we're focusing on, we will pull it in to our reality. And the more we focus, the more detailed we can be, the more on track and aligned we are, the easier it will be for us, and maybe the faster we'll get to it, and the more we'll feel set in accomplishing it. Because the more we focus on something, the more detailed it'll become. If you keep switching it up, the details will start to reset. Now you have to think about this whole thing all over again. So stay focused, stay detailed, and try not to sway too much. That's what this chapter is telling us. But also, and this is just me, don't be so hard on yourself. If you want to change something up, change it up. Change it up. Just realize that whenever you keep changing your goals, you may be putting yourself at risk of it being, further and further into your future. But also, maybe your purpose is to switch up your goals a lot. So it is what it is. I don't take any book too seriously. This is just something that we can use to help guide us and give us an understanding of, how things may work and how we can use these energies to our advantage. So now I'm going to go over to the application. This week, go to the same room, take the same chair, the same position as previously. Be sure to relax, let go, both mentally and physically. Always do this. Never try to do any mental work under pressure. See that there are no tense muscles or nerves, that you are entirely comfortable. Now realize your unity with omnipotence. Get into touch with this power. Come into a deep and vital understanding, appreciation, and realization of the fact that your ability to think is your ability to act upon the universal mind and bring it into manifestation. Realize that it will meet any and every requirement, that you have exactly the same potential ability which any individual ever did have or ever will have, because each is but an expression or manifestation of the one. All are parts of the whole. There is no difference in kind or quality, the only difference being one of degree. I love this application. Oneness is something that I hold near and dear to my heart. It's something that I have become aware of a few years ago, and it keeps on expanding. But oneness is something that I love, and I wrote stuff down for this one. Feel the oneness of all. Start to build a perception of oneness and how everything is interconnected. This will make it easier for you to see the bigger picture and allow you to pull your dreams closer into this reality. And it says something here that I loved as well. It says, come into a realization of the fact that your ability to think is your ability to act upon the universal mind and bring it into manifestation. You thinking is you tapping into an area of thought, an area of vibration, of consciousness that everybody taps into. Just like the radio, everybody can tap into the radio. We are all connected with the radio. It's something that everybody can just tap into. Whenever we think, that's a radio. That's like a radio wave. That's our radio. and we all tap into if you want to think about thought as a big bank, like a test bank up here that you can pick answer from. Everybody has a consciousness bank, a thought bank. And whenever somebody thinks anybody, we all tap into the same thought bank. It's just a way of looking at it. We are all so connected, more deep than you may ever really understand. And I love this as well. Realize that it will meet any and every requirement. You tapping into your oneness, just like going back to the limitations, don't feel limited. You will get everything you need, every requirement you need in order to possess the goals you want or acquire, I don't know, this object or this thing. You will get it. You will get it. You don't have to worry about those things. And probably my favorite thing in here for this chapter, all are parts of the whole. There is no difference in kind or quality, the only difference being one of degree. I love that. And here's just a brief little way that I see it, today, and it might not be that great for you to, grasp, but hey, you can look at it like this. Our soul, everybody may come into this life almost the same. It's just that we get put in a different environment. You get put in your mother. Everybody's mother is not the same, and everybody's mother had a mother, and so their parents, their ancestors contribute to who you will become in the womb, and then the father, and the impact of the father, and the impact of what the mother does while she's carrying her baby. And then once you're born, your environment, whether you live in America, in China, in Africa, and the things you go through and your experience. But at the end of the day, we all come from the same thing. It's just that we get placed in different environments, and who we are, who we become is heavily impacted by our environment. And I'm not saying this is what it is. This is a way to kind of see the oneness that we all are. This is a way that you can kind of see it. Maybe this doesn't resonate with everybody, but maybe this can help somebody to start to get a perception or a perspective on how we are all one. But hey, it's a beautiful day, and that's the end of this one. I hope you enjoyed this. Click the like button, subscribe, comment down below. If you resonate with this, if you have anything to say, if you feel different, if this has helped you, if this has not helped you, if this has scared you. I get people message me that say, hey, you're scaring me. Certain things are becoming too aligned, and the things you're saying are matching up too much. What's going on? Don't be afraid. It's all fun. It's all a game, really. But I really appreciate your feedback, messaging me, commenting. Hey, we're all family here. If you stay to the end of this video, you are very connected with me. You're very connected with this type of knowledge, this energy, and I appreciate you. Subscribe so you can stay connected. I'm gonna keep on posting. Much love, much appreciation. You are whole, perfectly the person you are supposed to be. You are happy, loving, guided by divine energy. You are harmonious and happy. Keep on being you, be true, stand in your own, create your own world. Use the energies, the people, nature, just the outside world around you to help guide you. Don't depend too heavily on others. Just use it all as a guide. But at the end of the day, dig deep down inside of you and figure out what you want, who you want to be, and just let that love for yourself and that love for the universal, the love for the multiversal, to guide you and give you passion so that you can get to a place where you can start to control, and not necessarily control, but construct your environment in a way that you can align yourself to your desires. And hey, be a benefit to the world, not only yourself. Help others, because you helping others is you helping you. Going back to oneness, we are all one. Helping other things, other people, is you helping you. and you will be blessed tenfold. All right. Anyway, that's enough of me speaking on, all this stuff. I hope you have a beautiful day. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.